Why is this person putting his bike here over here? Alô, tio.
Alô, mano.
Tudo bem?
Obrigado.
Tudo, tá. Now, I want to come with this last message about my testimony. Oh, Mbote, yeah, Mbote. Um, uh, I want to break down the truth inside human. So, um, I don't know. Give me some seconds, then I will start. So, if you want to know the truth about the human, it is very important. It is very important to listen to that what I will say today, because this will shock a lot of people. I just want to tell you that um, if you saw the last part of my testimony, that you saw that I have fought against Satan. He could not win. Yeah, so that's why I'm here. If he will win, I would be not here no more. Now, what happens after that? I told you that the elders came to pray over me. After the elders came to pray over me, I was 3 days in front of light. This means one of the elders said, "Don't shut down the light." And yes, I did not want also to shut down the light because I was very scared. And so after the third day, I saw the Most High. But before I come to that, I wanted to explain that in these 3 days, many things happened. I was totally frustrated. 3 days, I was like lying on my bed, on my couch bed, yeah. And I was looking only to the light above of me. And I went like one time to toilet by running. I was so scared, frustrated, scary, because I saw so many things. And my mother, and that time my father wasn't here, she and the other group, her sister, etc., uncle, they went always to church to pray for me. So, because one of them already said that I am becoming crazy because I had a leopard, like a puppet leopard, and I was like, this is my friend, and they thought that I'm seeing things because leopard is my they call me also Pantera. This I know my animalic. No, I know my animals. These are my favorite animals, the leopard and the monkey. So, and they thought like, oh, he's crazy. He's becoming crazy. Okay, they did not understand what I was seeing or what happens to me. I could see how the wind is beating the door, etc. So Um, so what happens? I was very very scared, yeah, because seeing the how the wind is beating the door, and I could see people outside shouting. You know, I was locked up, and then I started to remember that before I went to war, how people was asking me what kinds of confession I have, and I could not answer. And I start to remember that they started to tell me that I have to have a confession because I am protected and all those things. And once before I went out to fight against the beast, and the beast is a human, yeah, the beast is a human, the beast is a human. Once I have started, I wanted to go out to fight against the beast. I wrote the letter to my mom that I will die maybe. What happens? I was crying before I was crying, and I saw this. This happened before. I forget to tell this story, but it's not bad. This happens before I went out to fight. I was outside, yeah, on the balcony. We had a big garden. This was it's not a balcony, but we had a big garden, big old house. So what happens? I was in the garden. Then I saw like big rats. Big rats wanted to enter the house, and they could not enter. And I was like, okay, where are the rats now? And I was like, oh, they are spying after me, and they tried to enter, but they could not enter. And this time I was even smoking. I threw away the cigarette, totally frustrated, and I was like, I will die. But thanks to Tata Nzambi, what happens? I looked into the sky, and I saw bows, white bows. I do not know how many, but many doves, yeah, these doves started to sing. This dove started to sing, and they was singing so loud, like I did not understand that. And then after that I wrote the letter to my mom that I will die and I will go to fight against Satan, because I was like crying and crying and crying because I knew I could not understand who Satan is, because he jumped from one person to another. Now let me explain who Tata Nzambi is. I see always if I start talking about this kind of things, the connections fails. I do not know why. Um, the thing is, um, like I have explained to you, the doves they started singing. Yeah, I wrote a letter to my mom that I will die. All those things. Yeah, and I went out and start to fight against my friends, against all the people that I knew. They could not win. I went back, and this happens to me then. Okay. Now, what happens to me after the third day watching the light, full of totally afraid and scared? I saw out of the light a face. Okay, out of the light a face coming, and this face, if you go to the another prophet, his name is Nabi Chiba Malonga. If you go to his page, yeah, you will see that he's putting a page with a guy with an afro. He have an afro, and yeah, you know this guy is Tata Nzambi. Okay, this is the face of Tata Nzambi. You can go to Daniel 5. You can go to Revelations 1:13 to 15. You will find him on Genesis 49. This is the same angel that was always there, and this is Tata Nzambi. This is how he looks like. Only to tell you, he have a big round face. He have an afro. Yeah, how I saw Tata Nzambi. Okay, And it was not Isaiah, it was not, okay, it was really Tata Nzambi, and I will explain you how. He, real eyes, realize, wow, the Jonathan. So now, the thing is, yes, Congo, it was Congo, the archangel, exactly. So this man, or this, I don't know, this was something, you know, came with, the eyes was like, you know, like kake. Kake means thunder. You could not look at him, you know, I was like, you know, but I could see him, really, I saw him. And around him, rainbow colors, ufas, afir, many colors and diamonds and shining. You know, you could only look 2 or 3 times, then you was like humbled. After that, he threw me into the bottom and he started talking to me. Okay? It was like, I don't know how many hours I start confessing, you know? Yeah, he did the spiritual baptism to me. He started saying, what did you do? He knew everything about me. It was like, and I was completely against him, like, who are you? And he said clear, I am Tata Nzambi, and you are my son. You see, you are my son. He said not you are, no, and he said you are my son, and he said you are an angel, and I will make you a god. So a god, what you are already was, and what you are in front of human. So only to make you to understand that the Nzambi is a human. Okay? The Nzambi is a human. Satan is a human. Okay? This is high class science. Okay? What happened? He revealed me the truths about me. It was like you are in the tabernacle. Yeah. Because you have to remember that I was already in some seances from the Gentiles, and they knew also a lot of things, and they attacked me. So I have started to asking him, why is the world running like this? And he told me clearly it has to be like this, and I should not cry because I have a big mission. People will not like me, and he will put something inside of me. I will never know what it is. And I did not understand it by this in this time what it is, you know. And he said people will be jealous. I did not understand why he said that people will be jealous. Still today I do not understand that because I'm suffering, you know. I am not lucky. I am not the luckiest man. Like it is written, if you will become the living water, you will be free. I'm not really free, no. The thing was that he talked. Okay, I have to tell you something. The truth is, he talked to me in the voice of a woman, not in the voice of a man. This means that it was Tata Nzambi that showed me his presence, but it was the angels, yeah, that talked to me. Okay, because in the voice of a woman he talked to me, not in the voice of a man. That's why the Nzambi is also spirit, okay, that can transform himself in different kinds of faces or things. Now he revealed me one big secret that I will want to reveal to you, because I think this will be most very important. um you have to know that we will have a big war. In this big war, we will fight against the Muslims. The Muslims, many of the Christians will repent, many of the Christians will come after us. Many of them will fight the government, la 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 la. Many of them will come with the truth about that the Muslims will be the one that will be very, very dangerous. They will be the danger for the whole world. This is that what he told me. And after that, I was like, I was new. I become new, a new man. But my parents and so my family did not understand. But I start seeing things better than before. I started giving prophecies and all these things, and my life completely changes. But it did not change it to the best. It changed it even. It become even more worse than before. And this is the true story about that. By going 1 year, 1 year long, I did not want to go out. But sometimes I went out, and if I went out, I could see two worlds. You see. And sometimes if you meet people outside, then these people starting to telling you why why did you go to no to Tata Nzambi? And I was like, who are you? But then I did not have the fear no more, but I start attacking Satan directly, so I can talk to Satan. This means the spirit, there is a spirit, and it is inside humans, and you can talk to it, and this is Satan. Okay, just to tell you, I know that it sounds already weird again, like always if I speak, but really, Satan is a spirit inside human. So this human starting to telling me, it's like just to tell you what I told you what Tata Nzambi said, so I will tell you now what Satan said, right? I asked him, so why do you attacking our people? And because in these seances, they told me that they are really targeting the most of us. So they are targeting black people. It's because black people, yeah, they do not want to become Satanists. Yeah. He started to tell me, you have to know, it's a woman. You are walking over the streets. The woman comes to you and start talking things. This means, yeah, she saw me directly, and she came to me directly to talk to me in a way that people would not believe. And Satan started to tell me, yeah, you are someone that is very dangerous. You can change your mind. You know, the people will not like you. Here we have given you everything. You could be big. You know, it's a big war is coming, and if you are fighting for them, you will see we will win this, etc. I say, you have no power, and why are you attacking our people? And he said that our people are different than the white people or some people from the nations. You see, he revealed me that the nations are already with him. They already said, okay, the most, not every one of them, the most of them said, okay, they are working with him. So this means everyone in this world have to choose. Um, everyone in this world have to choose which kind of way he goes. This means there are many coons even in our community. It's not because they share the same color that they are from us, because they do not share the same spirit. Yah is spirit. So the thing is, he started telling me that people have to choose their ways, and he will fighting me to the end, still I die, because because he said you are this and this. He revealed me things like from his vision, yeah, who I am, and I said like, okay, you can say what you want, but I will fight you because you are a liar. And I told him some, because I could speak prophetic. I told him exactly what will happen to him. Now, I started to start my living my normal life again. What happened? The first friends that came to me, people that I saw, they started, hey, do you come back? Did you come back? They saw me like this and say, did you come back? Then they saw me like this and look at me. It is a spirit that is inside of you, man. And this is the spirit that changes people. Even if people think they are good, they are Satanists because they never have repented or never received any washings or never have a calling. It's because of the calling that Nzambi is man. The spirit inside of man. So this friends, they started to tell me, oh, you are back, eh? I said, we're back. And they look at me and say like, oh no, you're different now. And they never talk to me again. Before, I was a star for them. I was the King Kong, you know. I could do whatever what I want. But now there was like, no, don't go to him. They're running away from me. I started my ministry. Now listen. Because of the gifts that I had to see two words, I could not accept everyone. But the problem was the people did not accept me. So I went to the Tokwis church, the church of Pastor Melo, the church of my mother here. You can see her here selling. The thing is, do you think now these people receive me like a brother? No. No chance. And this is a spiritual church. This is a church that knows the rituals of our forefather. A church from Simeon Toko, exactly. So how can it be that if you are chosen, because the light came from me, in Africa they knew, oh, a new man is born. The Gentiles here in Germany knew, oh, there is someone new born. This means a new spirit came into Germany, yeah, to show light into Germany, to give light. Do you think the people receive me with open hands? No way. No way, not even a little. You know? So that's why this brothers and sisters, I have to tell you this truth. I started to go to the church. These people wanted to use me because I have written many. I started to write in spirit, to write because I have books in spirit. That's why I say Israelites in Africa and all these things. A friend from Rwanda, he came to me. We started to write many things. And look, before I came to this Jesus is Black, I was a pure Christian, like this Tokwists are. Tokwists does not share the same spirit like our brothers share today, that we said that Isaiah was a black man, you have to pray Isaiah in spirit. No, they say only Isaiah in spirit. Then they say Isaiah must be in a Israelite from the Middle East and all these things. But before I came to this knowledge, wait, what Tata Nzambi did to me. He put me into these churches. I have a gift. I started to waking up people in church. This means because of my presence, the whole church was blessed. We started to repent. We started to fasting. Many people received gifts. Okay? Now the ruach from the people was telling the people, it was telling the elders, I have now to become an elder. I have now to become someone who represents the church. And they did not accept this. But the ruach always was telling them, the boy. You have to read everything what he writes. He is your leader. He is your chef. You see how the spirit works? The spirit is the problem. The spirit is the problem, you know. The humans maybe sometimes, because I was very young. Man, I was so young. Oh. I was so young. This is 8 years ago. these things here. Now, brothers and sisters, watch carefully. These people starting to hating me. Me, I was taking people from outside, and brothers and sisters, I was a strong Christian. I did not believe in that things, but every single person, I was laying hands on him. I was giving him his prophecies. I was telling him exactly, yeah, how he will find Jesus Christ. This is that how I was a fisher, a man fisher. Okay? I was fishing people from Muslims. It was easy for me to converting Muslims, to telling them exactly, yeah, this and this, yeah, you should do so that you can repent and come to our church. Our church become full church. But me, no one knows that it comes from a boy there. People always was, when will you preach? When will you preach? And the elders was, no, we cannot let him preach. And la la la, he's young. He have to know more about Simeon Toko. We are the Simeon Toko church, and he does not know Simon Toko, and he's doing the things. But we elders was like, I never was against it. But the other people was against it. They say he is the one. He should be there. He should be there. Problems started into this church. They used my books, the little that I was writing on that time, because it was not so much like I have written later. They are starting to read out of the books. But they could not. By the way, I am not really a preacher, but they could not. But I understanding. I can if you show me things, I will break it down like crazy, because I have a good understanding of the things. Like the most things that I say is not in my age. Normally, my forefathers should break those things down, but I know it because of the Spirit. The Spirit reveals me what really passed, and what is happening now, and what will come. So it's kind of a gift. And the things that I wrote down, the mission of the church, the mission of Tata NZAMBI in the church, and what will happen. You can, by the way, you can find this mission in Act 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The church becomes bigger. Brothers and sisters, these people starting to, he started to giving these revelations false. He could not. Oh, salut. Yeah, comment tu vas? Ça va bien, hein? Il est là. Maman! Yeah, non, tu ne déranges pas. Non. Look, because soon I will make a movie who sold us into slavery. Then you will see why I'm making this movie, because it's so deep. You will see that even your own people do not really know who Tata NZAMBI is. That's why I share always this. Every single person is important. Every single person is important. Every single, you will, if he is today your enemy, tomorrow he can be your best friend. Tomorrow he can save your life. So I believe that even those people that sold us, they will repent. Because in that time I was in this kind of church, my own people, my own family members, they started to fighting other followers of the church, and the church become, had become poor. We had a lot of problems. What means that? I have not my, because I am a human too. I started to say that I do not want to go to church no more, and many things. So I leave the church. They started to fighting me, like, yes, the gift that you have, healing and all these things, you received it from Satan. I was like, okay, we know how you started. You started, you become crazy, but now that Nzambi is with you and you think you can save the world. Many things happen, and in Africa, in front of the elders in Germany. Oh, this becomes a bigger problem, because the Tokwich leader, yeah, he said these things. So this means the pastors, yeah, they started to fighting me, yeah, and I was totally confused, because at that time I was not really using the scriptures like the Bible. I was only giving prophecies and healing, and I did not know anything about Simon Toko. I knew only small things, but I did not know the things like I know it now, because I have even secret books that these people do not have. Okay, so what happens? I started to be rebellious against them. I went out of the church. Sometimes I came, sometimes I went out. All the youth, all the youth become like a little bit crazy, because the spirit inside the church changed. Everyone became rebellious, and all the people started to go. And I started to tell them, because you have attacked me, because you did not want me, I will go after other people. I will go to try to helping others, and I will go to try to do my own. What happens? The church people today, even today, they are like 3 or 4 people left from 200 in 6 months. 6 months, 5 to 6 months. People came daily. We received people from everywhere. You know, there was 3 sisters. They came, I think, from Ethiopia or Eritrea. They came like the 3 kings to the church. They started to telling us, here in this church, we have even the video. Here in this church, the angels are here. Yah is here. They started to sing like the 3 kings. They came with a lot of presents. They say the king lives here. The king is here. I knew, and they all in the church was so against me. Yeah, and it was so spiritual, because the spirit always was telling me that maybe I can't do it. And there was another problem. It was like I wasn't ready. Even if the spirit was saying that I should become an elder, I wasn't ready for that. Because I came from the streets also. This means I knew I wasn't ready for that, but many confusions. I always say the spirit is the problem. The spirit is the problem. I had to find my way. Me and this random prophet, by the way, that was a random prophet from the Hutu. Hello. He started to telling me, do you know that, because he was good with Chiba. He was completely like Chiba, because he was like, all the white people have to die. But they came from the Christian background. So even if I saw the white man's magic, that he wanted to kill me, all these things that he said, that he wanted to kill all black people, he said it. I was there in this seance. I knew what he said, and I can never forget. He said he wanted to kill the blacks. So, but my heart wasn't like I should be completely against the whites. Because I saw also many violence against me from my own brothers, even from my family members. Really, I cannot forget those things. Now, what happens? Mama's coming, yeah? Mama! Yeah. What happened? I started to calling churches, African churches, churches in Europe, everywhere. I started to tell them, hey, look, I have a gift. I can help your churches. I have a gift. I can heal. I can tell you how we can become big. I can tell you what Tata Nzambi told me. Bro, attacked me. They told. The most of them said no. We do not need this kind of thing. So I did not understand. I did not understand my mission. I did not understand my mission. I was like completely, I become crazy. I was like becoming crazy, you know? This is the truth here now. And it was not only afflicting me because my father was not there, it's also afflicted my mother because she always stayed in this church and they're attacking her now. They attacked her, they attacked my sister, they attacked all the members that was in this church. So the people were left one after another. Some of them said to me, let's unite together, only we, but also this did not go well because I wasn't able, I wasn't the same like before. I stopped healing people. I stopped go after people. You know why? I this time also we had the shop. Hey, if you see the shop, our shop now, it is not completely full. It is not. We are not rich. But in that time, we become so poor because of me. A minus 70,000 or more. Yeah, my mother had to go to insolvency. We became so poor. We lost our big house. We lost every single thing because of my gift. Because I saw Tata Nzambi. And I never have said anything against him. I was always working. It's like every night you used me to write and to all the plans about Africa, Israel in Africa. You know how long I know these things? If we go today in Africa to the Turkish churches, if we go to the PV Longo, if we go to the Bondeus, Nzambe Malamu, if we go to the who are they? Oh, the Baptists and all them, Jehovah wickedness. No one of those knows not even 20% of the things that I have here. I have so many secrets and revelations. I know exactly who, I know what we have to do, how we will do that, and all these things. He revealed me daily, nights, writing, like crazy. And I become crazy. For me, it was like I become crazy. Me, the player, the man of disaster, yeah, becomes so weak, yeah, and no friends, and years after years, no woman, because always like there was like always, if you touch a woman, the angel can run away, the angel this can do. Hey, I was, come on, I am also a human, you know. And I made more than 7 years without touching any woman. Ministry here, ministry there. So I had to fight for my own. What did I do? I started to go to Africa. Revelations came and said to me, because go to Africa. Go to Africa. Go to the promised land. I say, promised land? Yes, you're writing everything down. Then I saw by myself. I said, whoa, it is true. I was speaking of it. I was asking, Mama, did you have elephants? Mama, did you have bears? She said, maybe, I do not know no more. I said, bears must be there. I said, Mama, did you ever see a lion? She said, yes, that was here. I said, Mama, we have to go to the promised land. And this was the start of the Beulah Project. Brothers and sisters, the people the first time I went to Africa, I met doctors, traditional healing doctors. I met, even I was in front of the president, but I could not. I did not. I could not. But I, the elders did not wanted me to see him. I was so strong, so strong. You can't believe, huh? Like I was like not a normal human. Just to tell you, even today I have the same gift, but it is not no more so strong like it was before, because this means the God inside of me will have his time to work. It's not now. His time has not come yet. I wanted to see the elder, the chef, the leader of the Turkish church still today. Yeah, okay. Um, this means the elders, the other elders, never wanted me to see him. I know everyone from the Turkish church, the elders. The most of them are even family members. The most of them are even family members. And I was like, why do these people not share the same spirit like me? Go outside the streets and telling the people the whole truth about the spiritual baptism and how they can wash people. They never did it. I went into the villages asking the elders, what did you exactly do? Why did we fall? What did you do? Why did we become so weak? They did not know anything. I become even more frustrated. And there, on their walls, you could see Beulah, the city of Yah. Isaiah 62:4. I saw it the first time in Beulah, in the city. They wrote it there. I asked him, do you know what this means? No, but our forefathers were saying this is the promised land. If you're in the promised land, why are you living like this? Do you know who you are? Yo, Jesus will help. I was like, no. I was like, you people have to wake up. Do you know that Jesus is black? I started like this, telling people in the streets, yeah, evangelizing in streets. Then they started to inviting me into church, Yeba church, Weba churches. I start to go after one pastor after another, yeah, going to telling them, why do you not, yo, this kind of truth, we do not know it, we do not know it. No, we do not think Jesus is black, but in spirit we believe we are Israelites in spirit. And I say, oh. I was even more confused. I started staring after people, and look what I can see. They do not have the knowledge. They knew nothing about them, and they do not accept it as well. I started my Congolese channel, telling them exactly, pam pam, hey, you have to repent. I told them in Lingala what all these things is not new. And I took some of Chiba Malonga's videos, putting it there, to telling them, to sharing it. People did not understand nothing. I told them you have to go back. They understood it even in 2018, 2019. They started to understand what I was saying. So many years. I started this kind of things in 2008, 2009. Okay, they come with in 2020. They starting to pack their things and trying to go with their children to Africa to see their grandmothers or grandfathers. I was saying, Father, what is this for dumb mission? What is that for really? Still today, I have the same questions. What is that for dumb thing that he gave me, you know? Why should I help these dumb people? Yeah, some of them are millionaires. Some of them has a lot of money to do things, and they do not have any kind of knowledge to do anything for their community. Why today so many people are calling? I was shocked. I was so shocked, and really I was crying, and I stopped crying. I stopped crying, and I become Really, I become wicked. I become arrogant. I become wicked. I was seeing people with problems. I was seeing like die. Really, I was like die because no one can help you. Why? I was like, why Tata Nzambi is not helping you yourself? You dumb ass. Really, I was so angry, like I am sometimes today. It has not changed. This is the truth. Because, and it harmed my spirit. It harmed so powerful. Like if I run here, people has to bow down. Really, people has to bow down. Cars have to stop driving because I pass. But then I have to do so many things, and I do not have the people. I do not have the people. Because if you do these things one time, two times, they will come after you with everything what they have. But then, because they have done it already, it could not work. The most, everything what I have studied and learned, it was equal. It was like you are dumb. You never have learned something. You never did something. You are dumb now. Because of your spirit, even women's, yeah, even women's was scared. People scared. People did not come to my shop to buy things. We become poor. You know, so what kind, is this a good spirit? This is a bad spirit. So people was only saying bad. You know the son of Mamoyo? Melissa? Do you know the son of her? This man, he's giving prophecies. I saw him killing a white man in the streets. Do you know him? La, la, la. Hey, brothers and sisters, I could talk to Satan. He took me. It was a guy. I wanted to enter the bus. Then he said, "Come, I want to show you something." I'm walking with him. Then he said, "Do you think that the people will like you or they like me?" And this guy was a very poor guy. He had poor clothes on and everything. He was really smelling and everything. I went in with him to the city, and he started to show me that what Satan was showing me long time ago. He said, "Look, do you think the people love you or do they love me?" The people starting to showing him this one. Hey, gay, hello, hey. And I was like, hey, me too. And if they saw me, they was like, oh. My own people did it. And I understood. I say, whoa. I start telling this my mother. I start telling her. Because my father lived in that time in Africa. I start evangelizing people in Africa as much. I starting become arrogant. This means it was like, Tata Nzambi, do what you want. Satan, do what you want. I am Mikhael. Yeah, I have my swords that come out of my mouth. I will do the things as best I can. Because I was like, it was like these two spirits, they are like one. For me, they are like friends or something like that. It confused me too much. I started to do my work with full power. Hey, alles gut bei dir? Und? Nee. Ich bin gerade online. Ciao, ciao. Now, brothers and sisters, they started to telling me, the black people, because they saw I'm doing now videos. They saw this man, the things that he's telling us. It's from Satan. He went to Africa. He took some juju. He made some juju there, and that's why you could see him helping and sharing the gift of Yah and all these things. It's not normal. I was like, okay. And they're starting also telling the same things to my mother, because my mother also went to Africa with us, showing us the promised land. So they said like, oh, we have now superpowers and all these things. So how can you have all these kinds of superpowers if you are poor? If you are, because of our shop or what, or because of our ideas that we share with others, because we knew things before others, what makes us to become so so powerful? So this means that people was very scared, and people starting to say many things. My mother and all of them went out of the church. So this is that, because now 7 minutes, then I will close this. I want to say something about, the thing is, who will bring the Kintwadi together? Who will share the spirit of Tata Nzambi only? There are some churches that have the spirit of Tata Nzambi, but they do not want to give the full understanding to others. They do not want to help. They are making money. Even the Tokwis church today. Okay? Kimbangui's church. I know all of them leaders from them. But they have never asked themselves, who I am. They know it, and they're fighting this spirit that is inside of me. They're fighting it. But it's not only them, huh? The most of the people that fight in it are the Europeans. Because the spirit did not come into Africa. It did not fall into some in a land in Africa, because we have prophets already in Africa. Strong prophets in Africa, huh? But the spirit fall into Edom. Here, the doves was around me. The spirit, the angel, the God inside of me came here in Europe. So his mission is also here in Europe, in all these lands of Edom. I am the king, just to tell you the truth about me, of the north. And that's why I am so like I am. And only the Most High can lift me up. Because everything that I pass through, it is the Most High is doing that to me. And everything what is passing all around, all over the world, is the Most High is doing that. He is have the problem against the other spirit, and that we call Satan. He is not like Satan. Not even a little bit. But there is a fight going on. And he's using us. Without our authority. We did not say yes, we want it. But he's using it for his will. I did not say yes, Most High, now I become your soldier. I am now the one that will do that. No. People in Portuguese starting preaching. I have someone, he calls himself Bantu Israelites, big man. Many people in Angola today, or in Congo, where I was also, starting preaching this gospel of Yesaya Congo. Okay, I was doing this work with full power, in English, in all kinds of languages, German, with full power. But for me, all these things is like vanity. It's like, why do I have to do that? After 8 years now, I am married. After so many years now, maybe I will have my, no, I do not want to say it now. For me, my life is not my own. For me, all the things that I have done, it was not even me, because if it would be me, I would not do that. And sometimes I think things are not getting better. Even if now we have more people that follows this truth, and we become more and more, and even now we see that the Gentiles are afraid and things are breaking. But if I start to revealing you revelations, things that have to come upon us, I cannot be lucky. I cannot be like, yeah, we have won a football game. No, there's nothing good to tell of. There's nothing good to say. But How can someone like me? Hello, how are you? Yes.
I need Titus fish.
Titus fish?
Yes.
Yes, we have it. Mama, Titus!
Mama is there?
Yes. And this is the other name how people call me. They call me always boss, chef, leader, you know. I did not give myself these kinds of names. You know, I did never give myself these kinds of names. We get still. Brothers and sisters, I love you so much. Yeah, if you have questions, ask me. I'm going here to talk to someone. And hey, I'm sorry to say sometimes these kinds of things, but I hope you will understand that. And this is that what the people want to hear. They want only to hear good things. But a prophet is made to say bad things, to say negative things, to say things that will come. And people do not want to hear that. This is not a good mission. This is not a good way of living. I have to be afraid of my family. I have to be scared about everything. Brothers and sisters, this fight it seems like it's endless. Salam.